So, after some craziness that happened last night, we're going to see just how crazier it gets, because we're going to be in a situation where a lot of people are playing hardball, especially the Warden Ridesley. But yeah, it's not so much as us breaking out of jail as it is trying to figure out why he's such a dick. But we'll figure out hopefully tonight as we reach the halfway points of our 45-day jail sentence. So hey there, Samu, and to everyone else that's just logged on, we're glad to have you with us here tonight. So, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Genshin Impact live here on Twitch. So, let's go ahead and log our way into the game. Yeah, for those of you who missed out last night, yeah, things were going innocently enough, and then things got weird. And so now we've got ourselves in a situation where things are going to get pretty nasty. Because demands are being made. And threats are being established. So we have to... Yeah, I was in jail before, of course. I had to do other stuff as well. So there's me getting rank 20 for this period. Don't know how much further I can get, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I do need to also do my ley line overflow. In fact, before we do anything else, why don't we go ahead and do that? Yeah, before we head off back to the Duke, what do you say we get ourselves some stuff? What do I need more than anything else right now? Oh, I can level the well up with what I have. Okay, cool. Hutal is like right on the precipice here. So we'll give her the stuff and shoot her up to 84. Of course, we still got to level up their weapons as well. That's very important. Alright.
Ancient alchemy truly is fast.
What was my current money? Can't tell, actually. Nope. 288,000. So yeah, I'll focus on experience.
Leave it to me. Oh, whatever it is.
So we'll go over here then. So we'll pass the shrine. And two... Oh well. Someone's out here doing something.
Someone needs assistance.
But for now, I need to focus on getting my ley lines. Because bonus opportunities have presented themselves again, so I need to take advantage of it. Go.
Leave it up to me.
One thing I will say, like everyone talked about, I needed to actually why does she lose health whenever I try to use her abilities? I am certainly having a lot of regret about
disappear
my roster. Yeah, why does she have to use health in order to do her special ability? And of course I am again! Of course I am again! please work with me as we go down to 6 now.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, but no one can hear me! Even though we'll keep lowering and
Don't be
lowering and
scared.
lowering and lowering
Not
and
now.
lowering and lowering the audio more and more and more. Until we can't hear anything at all. The only thing you'll hear is my sweet voice venting frustration. My question regarding Hu Tao was in regards to the fact that she sacrifices her health every time she uses her fire abilities, which has led me to regret having her added her to my main roster despite your guys' request to have her included.
As a good knight should.
Now I know that, of course, Luna and Cheryl cannot speak for everyone, but it is important that I understand why this keeps happening so that I can better compensate and adjust my fighting style accordingly.
I must leave no stone
But
unturned.
we're going to keep my party alive for as much as possible, especially in situations where I need to be able to build up my characters further, and especially when I need to get the Adventure Rank 6 level up, then I need to understand why this happens and what I can do to deal with it.
Cole, hurry to command.
Yeah, here's the loss of health. And then doubling back and going this way. But yeah, I'm basically at the point now where I literally have to shove my microphone into my face in order for you guys to hear me without any issues.
Another test subject.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
At any time.
You're open.
And the game pops up a whole lot, because we clearly know that there is an Electro amongst you.
Steady
Or
as
you must all
stone.
be burned.
I got cast. Picked the wrong test subject.
As a dutiful
Button.
maid would.
That tingle?
Don't be scared.
Good.
So,
My guiding star.
Disappear!
go.
The hunter becomes.
You didn't quite make it all the way to the end. Alright.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh.
Woo! Alright, now that we got that taken care of, let's go to Fontaine and back to the jail. Yeah, the reason I keep my microphone away from myself is so that there's no reverb, that I'm not clipping my audio, that I'm not sounding like a monster when I'm speaking. Because, yeah, I need to be loud, but I can't be too loud. So yeah, let's drop into the Duke's office. And figure out what the heck's going on. So yeah. Let's see what we're dealing with here.
Excuse me.
I take it Mr. Fremonet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Sejuane?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
You think?
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
I don't think he needs to explain anything.
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Sure.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Where's my sister?
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Yeah, and you didn't stop them at all.
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you?
Yep.
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremonet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise.
Yep.
The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremonet was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So the Forbidden Zone really exists?
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts.
But what if they're connected?
All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremonet.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us, isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
I don't think he's obligated.
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Yes.
Follow me.
Alright, follow wisely. Okay, so... Oh, no, over here. So the secret door is over on... Yep.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
Yeah, I guess we have. Alright. So this is where the Forbidden Zone is.
Stand on the central plate.
Are we already?
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
We're going down. Once everyone takes their positions, it begins to slowly move downwards.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
Unless you pan the camera 180 degrees.
What a huge door!
Hey there, Luna. What kind of string lads have you with us?
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
But now that we are.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Alright, continue to follow him.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
So spin the gear. 3 gates open.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one!
And in the middle of that room,
Go on, have a look.
I imagine the moment we do, he's gonna lock us in there. Alright. How good or how bad will this be for us? This room is really empty with nothing in here, which is quite strange on its own. There's also a device smack dab in the middle of the room which looks like some kind of massive sluice gates.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Yeah, it could be either both of them, honestly.
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
For Tui.
Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Oh. Paimon?
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
Yeah, and if the gate falls, little Fontaine will fall with it.
Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring.
The Hydro Archon, right?
It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them, and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves.
Even though none of them want to actually go.
But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Yeah, you believe in the prophecy?
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate.
Which means...
Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So yeah, as the Duke of Meripede, what are you gonna do?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something. This is it.
So after we come back over to the surface, so to speak...
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
Yeah, they're back.
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if your grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Actually, I don't think we
He's
have.
the one who blew the whole institute sky high. Everyone knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not a local, so I guess it's possible for you not to have heard of him.
Edwin's main areas of research were archeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
I don't think that's actually what he wants to do.
What a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Yeah.
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
Yeah, you told yourself that.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Alright then.
Whoa,
Yeah, spin
there's
the
another
wheel.
door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
Well, this is a little uncharted territory for us.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
I doubt it's just a normal room.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
Oh, we got something behind that, huh?
What a huge ship!
Oh, whoa.
This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Not much.
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
Oh, he didn't do it by force?
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try.
So he's just... is he rebuilding the ship? Is he building it from just knowledge that he gained and he's building a new version of it? Is he repairing it? What is he doing?
So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
And obviously he can't share his plan with everyone.
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
Yeah, no more options were available, so alright. But I imagine we'll be back there soon enough.
I'll leave you here for now.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, It's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those three as well.
He means that my actions now will decide the next steps that Lenny's group takes. In other words, if I want to tell Lenny the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Okay. So yeah, we just dropped back off at our quarters and also at the infirmary. So yeah, let's see what's happening next.
We're back!
Welcome back.
Still here?
Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now.
And what's that?
While I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sishwin.
Yeah, I heard
Or
one
the
male
scientists.
voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did,
he
but...
explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
Yeah, he sounds a lot more like his old self.
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijwin is also busy with something or other, so let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Meripede.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
All right.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
So as a system deliberation, you share everything we learned. And we emphasize it's not the time for disputes, and we gotta take it seriously.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone, just like the prophecy said.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side, which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time.
So you're just gonna leave?
Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
You would have likely found out one way or another, I'm sure. Or your father would have.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Is that hunger?
Paimon's hungry.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Hopefully no mystery meat. Right, to the cafeteria then. Let's pick up from over here. Let's see what the cafeteria has in store for us today. Yeah, we're still on day 19.
Yeah.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
When did this audio system come around?
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here.
Sijuin's here too.
Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijuin? And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well. Huh. You're right.
A big pot?
She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat? Yep,
Yeah,
you
we
can.
choose.
I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Oh, the tastiest stuff you have, or the biggest portion. Let's go with tasty.
Me too. Don't forget Paimon. No problem. Just leave it to me.
After a while, the meals Sijuin ordered for you arrive. This time, we're getting some good stuff. She also brings some drinks over to you. The shakes genuinely taste pretty terrible, but they allow you to calm down and relax.
So delicious.
Yeah. Free dinners are the absolute best.
Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every day.
You certainly do.
Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious. I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment. Sijuin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you. You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well? Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Clorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Clorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother.
Yeah, because you know he would.
Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through. It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
That doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine you outside of his office. Unless he has to go to court.
Get a good good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Alright then. Let's go back up. Oh wait, what? For some reason I keep thinking I'm in the right spot. This map is so misleading. Let's head on over then. Yeah, so now we can finally end day 19.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah. She goes right to sleep on the bed. Well, thankfully there's more than one bed. She immediately fell asleep. And I guess I'll keep her company.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
Yeah, good night, Paimon.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
Oh, what the heck?
What happened? Why is everyone running?
Yeah, it's a primordial sea leak.
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
Looks like day 20 is getting started early. But yeah, we need to see what's going on, Paimon. Come along for the ride. Something is afoot. Yeah, we can hear the alarm going
Why
off.
is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait!
Oh boy.
What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
Yeah, it's more like run for your lives.
They're here! There you are!
Oh, Christus.
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
Evacuate outwards?
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
That means whatever happened must have happened down below. Yeah, isn't that key at the very
Oh
bottom?
no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
Yeah, we're going in the opposite direction because the primordial sea won't affect us.
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey,
Yeah, trust us, we can take care of this.
Be careful!
Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Alright, we're going in. And also, are you talking about the double stuff again that they're doing? Because yeah, I am aware of that. I am aware of the double leyline rewards. Unless it's something else entirely. Also imagine this is commission oriented. It is. The wind is here.
They're here.
Wrisley's here.
Just like I said.
Whoa, were you expecting us? Yeah, she's gonna blow!
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Yeah, Wrisley's gonna charge up his fancy gauntlets. This shit's breaking loose. Wow. I hope you have a plan B, Wrisley. That throws him suitably. Yeah, just freeze the water for now. But it's not going to hold that way for long, I can assure you. In fact, not long at all. Let's get out of here. Yes, performance the Wrisley gets washed away.
1.
Oh, what? Oh, you're gonna try and use the backup. And you do a fancy Indiana Jones slide? Yes, you
can! This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
Yeah, our sentence ends on 20 days.
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Yeah, get to it, you two. Okay, I have seen something about that, but no.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Oh, he must have heard about what's going on.
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina. And make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Sure.
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Yeah, hopefully you can do something about the fortress. Opera House it is. Oh, God, I could just run over here. Is it beneath me or above me? Can't really tell. Before I do, though, in my Adventures Guild rewards. I hate to break this to everyone, but you're in trouble.
Abyssos. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Okay. Get another 10 out of that. And then I can unlock another one of these. Yeah, how many more can I still unlock? Alright, let's unlock one of yours. The only thing I'm really gonna need help with right now is trying to figure out how to stop the knave / father from going haywire on Farina. Because I can totally see that happening. So let's get over where upon our arrival.
There are a ton of Fatili and Palais Mermonia people over there. The knave is probably here already. We need to hurry.
We're gonna need to fight our way through.
Are you two the traveler in Paimon?
Monsieur Nervalet has left instructions. Please follow me.
Thank you.
Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
Yep. Yeah, such a free spirit, the Melusine. Even though they are working for the justice system in Fontaine. And so, how do you get out of this?
Oh,
Hi there.
so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
So then you know that I've kicked 2 of your friends' ass? The head of the House of Hearthon, the living sibling's father. She certainly does not seem easy to deal with.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
How did you know who my friend is? She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The Knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious around her.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
And I think Paimon agrees too.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
Wait, Child should have no reason to have said something like that.
I wonder how
Why
he's
not?
doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
Yeah, I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Phoenix threw I nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the Knave. Ooh.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
At least 20 days.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meripede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
Yeah, Paimon statement just left us wide open.
The Fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
Oh, we're not gonna try and make something up? But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
That is good news, at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, Your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
I don't know. She's staring at the picture. I'm not sure I'll be able to convince her, but I can at least try to distract her from Farina. Yeah, that sounds good to
All
me,
letters
yes.
tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Oh, did I cut you off?
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
Yeah, the knave slipped you poison. Water from the
I
primordial
suppose
sea.
this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Oh, so she's aware of it too? Well, she would have to be. So, back over in the fortress.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Leave him to
Sure
do
you
it,
don't need a hand?
whatever.
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Damn. That's a sick burn. But now, Memorial Water is going to pay me to let a visit. We don't see what happens next. Is he shielding himself, or is he just taking it in?
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
That's an impressive water bending there, you hear that?
This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Overruling it? I guess we'll get a hint to that soon enough, won't we? Yeah, you're probably undermining the Hydro Archon as we speak.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess, we're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke.
Was it?
Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Marmonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
We're about to find out. So yeah, back he goes. And also, Luna, yeah, he kind of hinted that through some of the speech he's done earlier. That there's more going on with
I
him.
must say, We've spent long enough playing house.
Yeah. Give me an answer or else.
Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
It's not gonna be that easy.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high!
Yeah, Farina's not acting like her usual self. She's actually serious refuting the knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting on a front.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Yeah, it's a secret. So is that all a lie, or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now, but she's deflated like a popped balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
That's how cocksure she is.
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Why?
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Neuvillette's task was. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the surging primordial sea. But can he really deal with it all by himself? And is Farina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
The knave proceeds to change the talk-up and bring out some number of less significant matters. But we consume the cake.
Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table, and I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Or we can end up coming to blows.
Paimon's coming too!
Yeah, because I can't help but feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. Where are we going? Okay, this is Exodus. So yeah, we were backstage at the opera. The house is empty, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm guessing if she does want to do this, it won't be on the stage. It'll be in the main lobby. Yeah, right out here in the open, where nothing can possibly go wrong. So,
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Do you have any interest in him at all?
That's what Paimon thought.
So yeah, what do you really want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
I didn't think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Sure you do.
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina?
Oh, do we really have to go there?
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
We kind of already know what it is.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the fortress of Meripede.
Oh, You have someone with you, huh?
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused?
Yeah, I don't think he survives this conversation.
Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
More or less.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you!
Oh, she found a Mikote!
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. And I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait.
Uh-oh.
But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
Yeah, and thus she got the Gnosis.
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydrognosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Oh, really?
In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine.
Wow.
So perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone.
Yeah, no wonder she feels a little nervous around you.
Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article.
Oh?
I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
Oh, they're only about to talk to her now.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
And so that happened. And then it brings us to here.
You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
No, they haven't, actually.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Yeah, so much thin ice.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Yeah, how'd you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon.
It's not Wriothesley, is it?
Of course. That is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves.
I still keep thinking that the Fatui are manipulating the Primordial Sea in order to force the Hydro Archon out in order to take the Gnosis.
Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
I highly doubt that would happen.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Oh, and here comes Neuvillette.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Hi there.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
So yeah, what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate.
And meanwhile, you recount the happenings of the tea party to Neuvillette.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Oh, I have an idea.
Permission granted.
So yeah, you have enough power to force back the Primordial Sea.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
Is that the sort of thing you should be saying to the Chief Justice?
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
Yeah, I've come to realize that. Did you manage to protect those that need to be defended?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Do we need to take cover? The clear sky is suddenly filled with dark clouds. The rain became heavier. Light rain will soon growing into a downpour. And just moments before, Neuvillette mentioned his sense of grief. Oh. Thinking back to the legend of what Promenade said, it said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour outside. What?
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon's sovereign of water and not an Hydro Archon?
Well,
that would explain the eyes.
What? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised.
And Farina overheard the whole thing.
Farina?
And she's like, I'll take my leave now.
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the Dragon Sovereign of Water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
But I doubt it won't be for long.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and you were able to force back the Primordial Sea from the fortress...
Then who's the Hydro Archon?
Then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood.
Ouch.
They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
Oh, and it's starting to rain again.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried.
Oh, you're worried about Wriothesley and Clorinde?
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Okay. So yeah, return to the prison to learn more about everyone's situation. Alright. I'm thinking, like, it's only been 90 minutes. I don't want to stop here. It seems like that would be a good thing to continue on in the next stream. But I would like to do some other stuff in the meantime if I could. So you guys mentioned the thing with... I know you mentioned something about a new quest there, Luna. Yeah, if that's something we could do, like I would have no problem with doing that for a little while. While I'm getting your answer on that. That's at another 140k. So yeah. In a corner of the Quartier Lyonnais, an old friend has set up a booth and is promoting an improved tabletop game, Little Fungi's Fantastic Fiesta. Among Fontanians who rarely see fungi, this game is quite novel indeed. Alright. So yeah, let's go and see it for ourselves then. Am I still getting drowned out? Is there something wrong with Paimon's eye? Oh, is there something wrong with Paimon's eyes? Just now, that thing which floated off ahead, was that a fungus? Have fungi invaded Fontaine? Florian, let's go check it out. Alright, so we go and see what's going on. Thank you for your cooperation. The view has been completed and your companions are all very safe. They are of no threat to Fontaine's citizens and ecological environments. As stated in the Fontaine Foreign Species Management Act and the Courtier Lyonnais Code of Business Conduct, you may proceed with your event. Thank you, Miss Serena. I didn't think I'd be hosting events in Fontaine would be this complicated. It took on 10 extra steps as compared to the procedures at Port Ormos. I guess my preparations weren't sufficient. Don't mention it, and don't beat yourself up about it. You and your fungi companions are special guests. The Maison Gardiennage rarely comes into contact with foreign fungi species, so proceeding with caution was necessary. It is only normal that the observation and evaluation took quite a bit of time. Next, I shall be transferring your commission to the other guards. If the rumored Golden Comet and Silver Companion are spotted, the guards will notify them and ask them to meet you there. I hope your little fungi's fantastic fiesta goes smoothly and you have a great time in the Court of Fontaine. If you need anything, just call for me and I'll be there. It seems that won't be necessary anymore. They're already here. Wait a minute. By Golden Comet and Silver Companion, you refer to these Super Zenith boss level forces? Huh? Whoa! How did we suddenly become the topic of your conversation? And what's with those strange names? You two are the same as ever, I see. Energetic, spirited, and with a reassuring air about you. Yeah, who are you? Whoa, who are you? Have we met? Your failure to remember me is my mistake. I should have done my best to maintain contact and sent a few more letters. A long time ago, the Nilapala Cup Beast Tamers tournament was held in Sumeru. I participated with some prejudiced thoughts and the intent to do something dangerous. You woke me up and made me change. You helped me stop hating my kind, fungi buddies, and seek the right path towards coexisting with them. After the event, you became the ultimate decision maker of the tournament, and I promised that I would do my best to continue running the events. Are you Hanya? The same Hanya who's been taking care of Bongo Head and the other fungi for us? Yeah, that's me. Long time no see, Golden Comet and Silver Companion. And you're so well spoken now. Your new looks made you completely unrecognizable. You've changed so, well, too much. Even the way you speak has changed. Is this some way of making your trip to Fontaine with your fungi buddies special? Actually, the Court of Fontaine does not impose a dress code on its visitors. You'd be welcome warmly here even if you were wearing a plain hunter's outfit. Or nothing at all. And by the way, Miss Hanya's dresses is much more than just a dress following a dress code. I'd say it's elegant. Extremely elegant. Thank you so much. Your affirmation fills me with greater confidence. Anyway, I'm here in Fontaine to search for reliable investors for the official fungi tournament, and to host a preview event to advertise the fungi's cuteness and attract an audience in events. According to Suka, we are conducting transnational business, and Fontainians are very particular about their dress. So, when in Fontaine, do as Fontainians do. She prepared my preview event plans, ordered this costume for me, and even gave me special training to improve the way I carry myself. Suka? Isn't that the light novelist who's been following you to gather material and helping you take care of the fungi after being defeated by us? Paimon didn't expect you to be so well versed in foreign etiquette. Was she that knowledgeable? And if you still remember the tabletop game Fungus Mechanicus, then you can give the brand new Little Fungi's Fantastic Fiesta a try. In Fungus Mechanicus, you direct your fungi to defeat all the mechani. The game received a pretty good initial response, but was lacking in long-term potential, so it quickly lost popularity. As such, Suka combined elements from various documents and fiction to change the mechani into pieces that simulate powerful opponents, and which adds all manner of variables to the game. Suka is at the Steambird's office right now discussing the game's marketing plan. Paimon sort of gets it now. So the preview event, Little Fungi's Fantastic Fiesta, is this tabletop game? And powerful opponents, you say? Does this mean that we'll be commanding fungi pieces to clash with other creatures and that both sides can move? The game sounds much more complicated now, but based on your past experience, I'm not sure you still have some details to iron out and perfect, right? There's no need to worry. We've resolved all the issues in advance. Miss Hanya and her little fungi's fantastic fiesta have received the Fontaine Research Institute's, what was it again? The sponsorship of the Fonta project team, so everything is ready. Fonta? Even if something is left unfinished, I, Terena, the most diligent member of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, were never allowed to trouble you, our distinguished guests. You're Super Zenith boss level forces after all, and Miss Hanya is an important foreign merchant, so you can just leave any odd jobs to ordinary guards. Oh, so you're one of the guards. Paimon thought you were an assistant Hanya hired. You're so reliable. Thank you so much. Ah, a Super Zenith boss level force recognized me. I've been acknowledged by an apex warrior. I might be getting a bit carried away. Yep. As a newbie here in the Special Patrol, I'm obligated to monitor foreign creatures, provide the highest level of assistance to special guests, and resolve issues that are beyond the ability of ordinary guards. If fungi-related events can bring considerable economic benefits to the Court of Fontaine, then I would be considered to have accumulated experience that goes beyond combat, and our captain will value me more. Oh, don't be so serious. It's just a game. Relax. In Paimon's opinion, anything linked to fungi tends to help people forget their troubles and be happy. In that case, I happen to have a suggestion. Suka and I have tried Little Fungi's Fantastic Fiesta several hundred times, but we represent only two types of players, whereas the guests have the most diverse mentalities. As it happens, the two of you have very unique personalities and experiences, and Miss Serena is also a very most responsible person. So if the two of you were to play a few matches, we should be able to discover how many in-game limitations, and that will help us with further improvements. Okay then. Since even the Super Zenith boss level forces are absolutely interested, and this will make an excellent feather in my resume cap, of course I'd be happy to help. But I'm well aware that I'm inferior to you in all aspects, so please go easy on me. Well, it'll be a level playing field with this. So yeah, have to face a low large pyro slime and a low blazing max miniature, huh? So basic level design, so Y for party setup then? Oh, and I have to choose these two, okay. And so we can begin then. Okay, so it just basically tells me what I'm up against. You'll use the controller buttons to switch between the little fungus you're controlling. In addition, you can use the select all button to select all little fungi at once. Press any spot on the field or an opponent to command the little fungi to move to that location or to start attacking that opponent. The white markers can be used to confirm the little fungi's targets. The red lines on the other hand show you whom the powerful opponents are targeting. Some opponents have special combat skills. When an AoE skill is going to deal damage to little fungi in your area, a warning will appear on the field showing the area that is about to be attacked. When a skill is going to be used against a specific little fungus, a small warning marker will appear, and both little fungus and its portrait. Use marvelous gels to instruct the little fungi to unleash powerful skills. You'll regain them over time. Okay. So then how do we start the game? See, I made my choices of my teams. But why can't I begin the game? Why can't I start the game? When I press Y for start, why can't I... Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, we just already read all this. Ooh. Alright, so they're teaming up. these two seem to be doing just fine so far. All the trolls are appearing. Yeah, so it gives them a special move to worry about. And there we go. Just like that. Yeah, that wasn't too hard. Strong. Too strong. Even if it's just a tabletop game, you're still practically invulnerable. Please go a few more rounds with me and I'll teach me more. Am I really that good? That's a little too much, don't you think? We're just playing a game. Please don't try to be humble. This tabletop game can reflect the player's ability to command. The position of each little fungus, their opponent, skill activation rhythm, support timings, everything is important. You haven't received any command chaining from the Maison Garden Edge, and yet you're still able to launch joint attacks so skillfully. You're not just a Super Zenith boss level force, you're a real Super Zenith boss. Are you interested in taking up a position in the Maison? I'm sure you'll become a captain in no time and then advance further still into one of the organization's pillars. I don't want to go to work, what? What's the pay like? About that, I'm not very sure. I remember that the monthly salary of ordinary guards used to be about 300,000 more a few years ago. I guess it might have risen slightly by now? How much is 300,000 more per month? It sounds like quite a familiar number to Paimon. That won't even feed Paimon. It can't be helped. The Maison is an exclusive agency funded by tax money, so of course the pay wouldn't be that high. I understand the respect you feel for them, Miss Terena. Unfortunately, from what I know, they plan on traveling around Tevat while helping people from all nations to solve their problems and eliminate monsters. As a recipient of their kindness, I too hope that more shall be able to receive their help. I see. Sowing the seeds of justice and peace throughout Tevat is indeed more important than merely maintaining order in Fontaine. Then all I can do is go a few more rounds with you and do my best to understand your way of thinking. Anyway, there's something important we can't forget, Hanya. You want to know how Bongo Head's doing, right? Bongo Head and Kindle Joy are right over there. Miss Reina's even specially arranged for someone to take care of our fungi buddies. As before, I've prepared special jellies this time too. You can play with them while enjoying some snacks together. Alright, that's what Paimon's talking about. You really are getting better at this, Hanya. Traveler, let's each play a round of Little Fungi's Fantastic Fiesta with Terena, and then we'll go see Bongo Head. Okay. Alright, so now there would be 8 monsters to fight. And now I can fight whoever I want, or pick whoever I want. Oh, and I can claim the reward. Okay. Complete the current challenge within 150 seconds. No more than 2 little fungi retreated. Select here, press here to allow or disallow changing the selected little fungus by pressing on the field. Press the fungus on the field to switch to the currently selected units. And I can have as many as 4 on the field. Recommended elements include Animo. Yeah, I wouldn't know which 4 to take. Yeah, why don't we just start and see how we do? Yeah, just picking 4 random fungi and see what happens. Well, party's off to a good start. It's gonna cool down. Yeah, we're finding our way through. Now we're vaporizing them, we're getting them wet. And now the big guy's on the field. We have the shield breakthrough. We're kind of getting separated here. Getting a bit of separation anxiety. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Man down. Well, we got one down. Come on, get the last guy. There we go. Whew. Oh, that was scary there. Alright, we succeeded. I knew it. Your strategy was outstanding in the Nepala Cup and Fungus Mechanus, and it was extraordinary here too. I suppose I should bring my A game. I'm more concerned about how you're doing. Yeah, Hanya, we haven't seen each other in a long time and you've changed so much. You must have gone through a lot. Me? I think I've been living quite peacefully in truth. Suka taught me a lot of vocabulary and grammar after I returned from Port Homos, and that helped me get through numerous books. I think my level of knowledge should barely meet the standards of the lowest level of students. In return, I helped Suka with physical training and taught her more rainforest survival and combat skills. Maybe it was her keen interest in mercenaries that kept her spirits high at all times, but I took her to meet some of my old mercenary friends and it didn't take long for her to hit it off with them. What really surprised me was how we encountered some monsters on the way back. Only for Suka to leap forward and took them down with a few swings of her axe. She's got a real gift. Yeah, I guess we look forward to we can look forward to another Suka's masterpiece soon. But she's seen Serene before. Paimon can't imagine how she's gotten this good at fighting. As the writer has personally experienced the Beast Tamers tournament, rainforest survival, and adventure as a mercenary, a story written by Suka would certainly be special. Anyway, we appreciate your concern. We've been living life to the fullest lately. Alright then, so... I'm more interested about claiming my reward. Okay, so yeah, we did get all these, so... Pick up this, and that. Okay, and so then it continues on to the next challenge, so... Yeah, if I was so inclined, I could continue doing this. But I'm content with what I've gotten so far, and obviously getting more things to help me out will be very helpful. So, yeah, thanks for pointing me in the direction of this there, Luna. Definitely helped me to get a few more things to help myself out, so... Oh yeah, so... Yeah, we can confirm. We've got the event details. So yeah. Yeah, there's only 5 days left in it. But yeah, at least we were able to see what that's all about. So I think this is, since we're coming up on 2 hours, this is going to be a good time to call the stream here, since we know that coming up next, we're going to have to go and meet up with the House of the Hearth and see what they're up to. So let me go ahead first, collect my achievements. And see if I can't find anyone for you guys to raid tonight. Oh. Okay. Who can we find for you to go show some support to? Okay, so some of the people I had you raid before are not playing Genshin tonight. Alright, why don't we go with this one? Okay, maybe not. Why is this such a thing? Why is this so much of a thing? Oh, but they are rerunning though. Yeah, I don't understand why I can't look for streams the way I want to. You know, we'll skip trying to find someone for you guys to stream or raid this evening. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and call it here, and we'll move on and take care of some other stuff next time. Hopefully, with a little luck, we'll be able to get things to go our way a little better. So I'll probably be taking Thursday off, but I should be back on Friday. And just to let you guys know, I will be taking... I'm off on the week of Christmas to go visit my family for the holidays, so I won't be streaming during any time during Christmas. So giving you guys heads up on that so you're aware. But that is something that you should be expecting, and hopefully with the time we have left playing this game in 2023, we'll see just how much we can accomplish. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Genshin Impact live here on Twitch. And I'll see you guys back here again on Friday as we see what other things we can be able to discover, as we are now seeing just what the Primordial Sea can do. So, thanks everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the lights.